Dear friends, they used to say that a week was a long time in politics. After this week in politics, it could be said that a 60-mile round trip is a long drive to test your eyesight. I am sure that we understand the frustration of many, many people who have made big sacrifices to follow a government advice to stay at home and to protect others. Couples have lived with coronavirus and looked after children. Families have not travelled to be with loved ones in the last moments of their lives. Households that have self-isolated at the first sign of COVID symptoms. The nation expected those who held authority and made the rules to live by them. And it is right that we expect integrity from those in authority and a willingness to live by the laws that they make for the country. One of the amazing facts of our faith is that we are not called to follow a deity who sits far removed from earth, untouched by our condition, hurling statutes down from heaven for us to follow. No. We are called by God, who has experienced human life in Jesus Christ, who not only gave us commandments to follow, but the example of how to live them out. The image of Jesus Christ kneeling at his disciples' feet is the picture of integrity. An episode that shows us Christ's willingness to live by the commandments he gave us. Then he gently reminds us of our duty to follow his example by saying, "If I, your teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash one another's feet." This is the life we are called to live out the commandments of Christ, to love God with all our heart and our neighbour as ourselves. Unfortunately, we do fall short sometimes. We allow ourselves to be swayed by voices that shout that we shouldn't love the stranger, especially the migrant. We become defeated before we try to tackle the big problems like climate change because we don't believe our mustard seed of faith can challenge the world. We fail to wash one another's feet because we get squeamish and we are not sure we can commit to what service actually means. When this happens, we need not arrogantly defend our faith, but humbly seek forgiveness and in God's renewing love, live a life more like Jesus. A church that shows itself to be a mirror image of Christ is a healthy church. A community of Christians that pray, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done," in word, action, and deed. So let us not live as the rulers of this world in their arrogance, but as Jesus himself lived, and humbly serve and faithfully love as God's will decrees. Amen.